What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am the House Hacking Mom, and today's video we are going to again be talking about saving money on your grocery budget, and I'm going to give you 5 food categories that I personally do not purchase, both as a nurse and as a frugal individual, to save money and be more healthy. And if you have not seen my previous video about kitchen efficiency to save money, make sure you go back and watch that one as well. So without further ado, let's get right to the video. The number 1 category that I do not purchase, both to save money and to be more healthy, I do not buy packaged food. And obviously that's a very broad category, you know, what fits into the packaged food category. I consider anything that is pre-made at all to be packaged food. So that includes things like pre-made chicken nuggets, pre-made pizza, crackers, cereal, Pop-Tarts, anything like that that is pre-made, already ready to eat as is. If it did not come out of the ground like an apple or from an animal that's already ready to eat, something like cheese or something like that, then I consider it packaged food, both frozen and dry. And I really think that a lot of people have a misconception that eating healthy is more expensive than eating unhealthy. And I very strongly disagree with that. Yes, it might be cheaper to eat, you know, off the $1 menu at Wendy's or something like that 365 days a year, but nobody really does that. So what do people really mean when they say eating healthier is more expensive than eating cheaper? And I really think that it's because people look at those packaged items and compare those prices. So, you know, they're going to look at the healthy granola bar compared to the unhealthy granola bar and say, well, see, the cheaper granola bar is the one that's considered unhealthy, or the cheaper crackers are the unhealthy crackers, and the more expensive things like the expensive snacks, expensive crackers, expensive beef jerky, you're going to see words like all natural, organic, non-GMO, non-processed, and all of those food items do tend to be more expensive compared to their unhealthy counterparts. However, pretty much all of those packaged items, whether they are considered healthy or unhealthy, are not actually that good for you as it is considered by the healthcare community. Pretty much anything that you buy in a cardboard box that is already made, already ready to eat, it's not going to be as good for you as something made from scratch. The healthy granola that you can buy at the grocery store is not nearly as good for you as the homemade granola that you can make for yourself, and it will be so much cheaper. And snack food in general, chips, crackers, candy, all those sorts of foods, everyone sort of knows that they're not good for you. So the best thing that you can do is try to not bring those food items into your home at all. If it's not in your house and it's not convenient, you're far less likely to eat them. And obviously that is going to be more healthy, but it's also going to save you a lot of money. I find that I am far more satisfied during the day to eat 3 good size, healthy meals where I am seeing everything that I am putting on my plate, I eat everything on my plate, than grazing throughout the day. The more choices that you have to make throughout the day about what you're eating, the more self-control you need. Whereas if you limit those choices to only 3, maybe 4 times a day, you have a much higher chance of success instead of eating, 15 times a day. So again, you can save a lot of money by not buying any packaged or pre-made food and just buy the raw ingredients you need to make those same food items, or just forego those sorts of snacks altogether. Number 2 food category on my list that I do not purchase, both to save money and to live healthier, I think might surprise you a little bit. I learned some statistics about this recently that just shocked me, and I'm really curious to see if this is something that was a no-brainer for you or if it's something that surprised you as well. So the statistic is, according to the New York Times, by the way, so this is a reputable source, according to the New York Times, American grocery shoppers spend more money on this one item than anything else in their entire grocery budget. So I want you to pause this video super quick, go down in the comment section and guess, just write whatever you think it might be. Do you think it's alcohol? Do you think it's ice cream? Do you think it's chicken, beef, whatever you think it is? Just go ahead, pause this video real quick and write it in the comment section, and let's kind of compare answers and see if you'll be as surprised as I was with the answer. So the answer to the question of what do American grocery shoppers spend more money on this particular item than anything else in their entire grocery budget is, drumroll please, soda. American grocery shoppers spend more money on soda than any other item in their grocery budget. That just blows my mind. I could not believe that that was true, especially considering all the education that is out there about how bad soda is for you. I just can't believe it. But anyway, that is the truth. So the average American household spends upwards of $800 to $900 every year on just soda. I don't really think I need to spend a lot of time talking about how bad soda is for you, but let me just go ahead and tell you that as a nurse, as a healthcare professional, yes, soda is horrible for you, whether it's diet or not. Soda is terrible for you. It is full of sugar, has absolutely zero health benefits, and you should not be spending that much money on soda every year. And we're still in January. There's still plenty of time to make those New Year's resolutions. And I know a very popular New Year's resolution is to only drink water or to cut out soda. So if that has been your New Year's resolution, I highly encourage you to stick with it. I do not buy any soda and I do not bring any soda into our home. On the rare occasion, I will have soda, maybe at a party or something like that. But by not bringing soda into my house, I just eliminate that temptation, and I know me and my family are so much healthier by just not bringing that food item into our home. And going off that category, it's not just soda that I do not buy. I do not buy any beverages at all from the grocery store other than milk. That is it. I don't buy any Gatorade. I don't buy any lemonade. I don't buy any silly health drinks. I don't buy any juice. A lot of people think that drinking juice is so good for you, and it's not. Usually it is packed full of sugar. It's very acidic. It's not good for your teeth, especially children's teeth. A lot of parents give their kids, either apple juice or orange juice, thinking that they're doing something really awesome for their kids. And really, it's much better just to give your child an orange or an apple the way God made them than it is to give them fruit juice. And another statistic that might blow your mind is that the average American family spends 7 to 9% of their grocery budget on beverages, aside from milk and almond milk and things like that. So if you've been looking in your grocery budget and wondering where can you cut out all the beverages. Only buy milk if your family enjoys milk. You don't even have to buy milk. You can get your calcium intake and the benefits of dairy very easily from eating yogurt or cheese. You do not have to buy milk. So if you cut out all of those beverages, you will save so much money and you and your family will be so much healthier. Food category number 3 that I do not buy and bring into my home to keep my family healthy and to save money is alcohol. I do not buy any alcohol at all except a small amount of red and white wine that I use for cooking. My husband and I do not drink any alcohol at all. And I know that it has saved us probably thousands and thousands of dollars over the course of our marriage to not drink alcohol. Now, I know it's very common for an adult to enjoy a little bit of alcohol here and there, a glass of wine, a beer, whatever. But you will save so much money if you can cut it out or at least severely limit yourself, not to mention the great health benefits of cutting it out. A lot of people think it's good for you to drink a glass of red wine every night, and I kind of rate that right up there with it's really good for you to eat dark chocolate. I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure we found that out because everybody liked eating it, so we decided to research it, and we were able to come up with some good things about eating chocolate. I'm like, yeah, okay, there might be some health benefits to eating chocolate, but is the person who doesn't eat chocolate probably healthier than the person who does eat chocolate? Probably. Most alcoholic drinks are loaded with sugar and simple carbohydrates. They're not good for you. Your body treats it as a toxin. It's very hard on your liver. It's very hard on your kidneys. It's a lot harder to be healthy when you are drinking your calories. It's much easier to keep track of the calories you eat than the calories that you drink. And as far as the savings that you will get from not drinking alcohol, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average American adult spends $565 per year on alcoholic beverages that they bring into their home from the grocery store. So if you have 2 adults living in your house, that's well over $1,000 that you are spending on alcohol at the grocery store. And for wine drinkers, it's even worse because wine, at least decent wine, tends to be more expensive than beer, for example. So the average family that drinks wine regularly, they can spend $1,000 to $1,500 just in wine beverages. So for the health benefits and the saving benefits, I think it's a really good thing to either severely limit your alcohol intake or to cut it out altogether. Food item number 4 that I do not purchase. This one is mostly to save money, and it is a lateral move health-wise. And this category is buying organic food. I do not purchase organic food because the evidence shows, and I talked about this in my previous video and I go into it in far more detail, so feel free to check that out if you have a lot of questions. But long story short, the research and the evidence does not support the claim that organic food is nutritionally superior and better for the environment. They are shown to be about the same as conventionally farmed foods, and the price of organic food tends to be, I would say, about on average 50% more expensive across the board with both produce and animal products. So I do not choose to buy organic food. Now, when I say organic, I'm only talking about organic. I'm not talking about grass-fed beef or pasture-raised eggs, for example. Those are totally different from the term organic. So there are some items that are worth the extra money and that do potentially have some higher nutritional value than conventionally farmed food. But in general, I don't buy anything that is labeled organic because there really isn't a lot of evidence showing that it's any better for me and my family. And I know that it has saved us a ton of money. Food item number 5 that I do not buy is fresh fish. And before everyone freaks out and says, fish is healthy for you, you should buy fish, I do still buy fish, but I buy fish in the frozen section rather than at the meat counter. And the reason I do that is, one, it is usually about 20% cheaper per pound. That is a huge difference in price, especially if you like to eat fish regularly, because there are a lot of health benefits to eating fish regularly. But fish that is from the frozen section actually can have a higher nutritional value than the fish found at the meat counter because it is usually frozen only hours after being caught. And if you're like me and you don't live near the coast, the fish that is, quote, fresh can be weeks old. It had to travel all the way from the coast to make it to the meat counter at my grocery store. And there's no way that is better for me than the fish that was frozen and preserved perfectly right after being caught. You're also more likely to find wild-caught fish in the frozen section than you are to find it in the fresh seafood section, and usually it's a lot cheaper. For example, at my grocery store at Aldi, I can get a package of wild-caught salmon from the frozen section for about $4.50, whereas if I were to go to the fresh seafood section, I would be paying $8 to $10 a pound for that same piece of salmon. So you can see the cost savings are going to be huge, especially if you are a family that enjoys eating seafood relatively regularly. So I really hope that was helpful to you guys and educational. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you're enjoying videos like this. I will try to make maybe 1 or 2 more videos on this topic of saving money on your grocery budget. Maybe in the next video I'll walk you through step by step how I do my meal planning and save a lot of money on our grocery budget that way. Or if you have any specific questions or ideas that you would like to see videos about on this topic, make sure you let me know in the comments below. I am the House Hacking Mom. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!